Welcome to Fly Nubian Queen Network, the network for melanated people like you. I am your host, Mary Dean Esquire, here at the WallStreetLawyer.com. And today I'm coming to you live talking about our brother Diddy. We got to give credit where credit is due. And Diddy has pulled himself up by the bootstraps from the streets of Brooklyn to, let's see here, to building this big time brand, to losing his big time brand, to buying it back. Well, actually, he didn't lose the whole brand, so we'll get into that because he was still a minority shareholder. But come on in here, hit the share and subscribe button. Let me know where you're coming from. I'm going to send this out a little bit so we can get some more people to join us tonight. Make sure you hit the share and subscribe button. Show me your hashtag B1. Let me know where you're from. Please drop your .com in the chat. Drop your .com. Let me know how you make money on the internet, because I am the WallStreetLawyer.com. Recently launched BlackWallStreet.com. And so I want you, to big you up. And so show me where you're from. Let's see who's here with me tonight. Drop your hashtag B1. Let me see. Let me circulate the link a little bit before we get into this. Let's see here. How y'all doing out there tonight? Shout out to my health and my immune system. I want everybody to give that shout out to your health and your immune system, because as the praises go up, the blessings come down. And so I'm always thanking God for my health and my strength, because I am very, 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 very we got my brother Breezy Beezy in the house. You are best with the spectacles. Baby one. Okay, I'll take that. I will take that. I tell people all the time, with these glasses, I can see into your future. I can see into your future, and I can tell you what tomorrow holds. And from the looks of things, it looks like your future is going to be bright, at least as bright as Diddy's. So I want to get into this. Let's see. Diddy buys back Sean John brand in recent bidding war. Sometimes you got to pay to play in the game of fashion. So this news was dropped on Sunday. Millennials rejoice. Black folks rejoice. Everybody rejoice. A black man is winning once again. Diddy, or shall we say brother newly known as Brother Love, he changed his name to Love, which, you got to love love. Who doesn't love love? Love is the greatest power that exists. There is no power greater than love. And so he has changed his name to Love, and I am not going to hate on that at all, because my brother is winning. He has brought back his famed Y2K brand, Sean John. That's right. It's time to relive the greatest fashion era there ever was, that of the velour tracksuit. Duh. Okay. Over 20 years ago, Sean Combs launched the brand in 1998, and it became an instant hit. Among a wave of celebrity streetwear lines, Apple Bottoms, G Unit Clothing, and House of Darion have all entered the chat. Sean John was worn by commoners and hip-hop royalty alike. Unfortunately for Combs, as the popularity of celeb design brands dwindled, he eventually sold the suffering company to brand management firm Global Brands Group a few years later. Sean John was facing Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So did you follow that? So Diddy, and I'm going to get into another article, and according to that article, what Sean Puff Daddy Love Combs, whatever you want to call it, brother, okay? He owned the company. He never sold it all the way. He was still a minority shareholder, owning 20%. He sold 80% to Global Brands Group, and he was only a minority shareholder. So to the tune of making $70 million, I believe, in that transaction. Let's see. P. Diddy has repurchased his brand, Sean John, after selling the majority of his shares in 2016. But how much did the rapper sell it for? The rapper has had a number of brands under his Combs enterprise. Now he has added another one to the list by repurchasing the Sean John brand. While Diddy had not given complete ownership of the brand, his position was not secured as he held a minority share. Okay, just like I just said. Okay. As per Yahoo, Diddy sold the majority of his shares to GCG USA. It has been reported that 80% of the stakes were taken by the company, while Diddy was only left with 20%. How many times can we re-say that? With this transaction, Diddy made an estimated amount of $70 million. So he sold his majority shares in Sean John to the tune of $70 million. The rapper started the brand in 1998. Diddy has transcended the rapper title. Wouldn't you agree? I don't know why we're still calling him a rapper. I think we should now refer to him as a businessman. But I digress. So the businessman Diddy started the brand in 98 with the hope of making a clothing line that would reflect the hip hop style that was seen all over the world. However, in 2016, he thought it would be best to sell the brand. Fast forward to 2021, Diddy seemed to have a change of heart as he brought back the brand for $7.6 million. So this, to me, this was a genius, brilliant business idea. Because, right, so this is what most people do, right? You create a brand, you build it up, you have this business, and then you sell it to someone and you can make money from that sale. He sold 80% of his shares and retained a minority share. When the person who he sold it to went into bankruptcy because they could no longer pay their bills, he purchased back that 80% of his shares out of bankruptcy for only $7.6 million. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? When he sold the 80% share, he sold it for $70 million. The company went in, the majority shareholder went into bankruptcy, which allowed him now to be able to get in the bidding war with all of the other anybody else who wants to bid for it. And he bought it back at $77.6 million. So let's see, he made okay, that's what calculators for. Don't judge me. But if you are looking to grow your business, please check out flynubianbusiness.com. If you're looking to better manage your money, please check out flynubianmoney.com. You can always find me online at thewallstreetlawyer.com. So according to my math, he made $62.4 million from that transaction, from selling his majority share to now being able to purchase it back for $7.6 million. So it seems as though he won twice. He won. And one of the things that, really jumps out as me, because I'm always talking about how problems are always opportunities in disguise, that every single problem is an opportunity in disguise. And why is a problem opportunity in disguise? The problem is opportunity. Problems are opportunities in disguise, because you would not be going through any type of bad turmoil, right? My premise is that God loves me. That's the premise. That's the bottom line. God loves me. And God would not allow suffering to happen into my life if there was not a grand overall reason. If this suffering was not meant to put me in a better position, I would not be going through this. So I'm really big on that. And I think that this is a wonderful example of someone who took a problem and turned a problem into an opportunity, because he was probably at a down place. What would make you sell 80% of your company? He probably needed the money. Probably, wanted the money, so he sold 80% of his shares, but he maintained 20% so he could maintain some type of control and some type of relationship with his particular company. And so, that I'm sure at the time that he's made that transaction and he had to sell equity shares in his company, I don't think that was a high moment for him, right? You put yourself this is your brand, this is your baby. Most people, when they build up a business to sell it, they just sell it. They just sell it, take their profit, and go on. And a lot of companies are in that kind of business model. They are in the business of creating businesses to build them up to sell. So people do that. But that's not really was his goal. That's not what he had in mind. And as we can see, he was fortunate enough to be able to buy it back years later. Now, I don't think he knew at the time when he sold it that he would actually later on be able to purchase it back for such a cheap amount. He got 70 million, and he got 70 million when he sold it. He was able to get the 7.5, it says here 7.6 in the other article, back to purchase it back out of bankruptcy. I don't think he thought that through. But the thing about it is, when you have as the co-creator, when you're intuitive and you're tapped into the other side, you have to just trust the whole process, right? You don't see the end result today. You don't know how this problem is going to come in and really be a blessing to you. One of the things that I really got into was studying religion all across the board. And the according to Ifa Nigerian tradition, they have what they call Ilegba, or Eshu is another name for them. He's a trickster who sits at the crossroads. And there's one of these tales that tales, parables, all religious texts spoken parables. And there was one of these parables that said the story was about, I think, and I might be butchering the story, so forgive me and Google it for yourself. You should definitely do your own research. But I'm going to butcher this story about Eshu. I know I am, because I'm probably going to interweave. But I think that the story, if I can remember the story correctly, there was a woman who was praying for a husband or something like that. Or no, a husband who was praying for a wife, and he was in the at the market, and the market guy ended up cutting off his hand. And as his hand was cut off, he's now in pain, right? He's in pain. And so he goes to the doctor to have someone work on the hand. And the woman who bandages him up and gets him back to health ends up becoming his wife. And so that his wife was ushered into him through that moment of adversity. And so that parable and that analogy, to me, this is what Brother Love is giving us right now. Let me play this, because Diddy clowned. Look at this. Yes. What did he say? Okay, let's see.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
I can't.
Yes! What's next? I gotta get it. I'm not gonna stay fucking down. I'm not gonna stay fucking lying down. I can't do it, man. I can't do that. What's next? Give me something else. What can't you do? I can do it. I can do anything.
Yeah, I can do anything. And it's that energy, everybody. That's the energy that we're going into 2022 with. That is the energy. Let me drop my sister. We got a .com down here. I'm always asking you what's your .com, because you can always find me, Marye D. Esquire, online at thewallstreetlawyer.com. My new baby business, blackwallstreet.com. And so I see somebody drop their .com in the chat, and I want you to write this Sister19 LOL.online. Okay, you see it? I hope I didn't butcher it too bad, but just trying to give a shout out. Yeah, so Diddy with the energy. This is the energy that we are going to take into 2022, ladies and gentlemen. We are rising in power. There's nothing that can hold you down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Okay, what we got, Brother Beezy, who always coming in here tonight. He makes his money work. Now he can flip his brand like Circus Soleil to push unheard of profits. This was a calculated move. He knew he would get his brand back when he first sold it. Bravo, bruh. Real talk. Okay. Although Diddy was initially excited about the partnership with GCG, at one point planning a 20-year anniversary celebration for the brand, the arrangement eventually soured as the rapper turned mogul. Okay, give my brother his flowers. The rapper turned mogul ended up suing GBG for false endorsement, misappropriation of likeness, and violating his publicity rights. You may recall when the brand surprisingly began popping up on the website of fast fashion retailer Misguided. The $25 million case has since been dropped. Despite the turbulence throughout recent years, it looks like things are starting to turn around significantly. According to Women's Wear Daily, Diddy has regained control over his brand after buying it back at auction to the tune of $7.551 million. Okay, so that's, some people are saying 7.5 million, some people are saying 7.6. I guess if you round it up, it's 7.6. Over twice the $3.3 million bid he initially submitted to the New York Bankruptcy Court. Wow, very interesting case. I launched Sean John in 1998. This is a quote from Diddy. Brother Love. This is a quote from Brother Love. I launched Sean John in 1998 with the goal of building a premium brand that shattered tradition and introduced hip hop to high fashion on a global scale, he said to WWD reporters. Seeing how streetwear has evolved to rewrite the rules of fashion and impact culture across categories, I'm ready to reclaim ownership of the brand, build a team of visionary designers, and global partners to write the next chapter of Sean John legacy. Do you think Sean John, do you think Brother Love, do you think Diddy Cone, Puff Daddy, do you think he's influenced at all about around what Kanye West has been doing in his business and his brand? I'm interested to know, what do you guys think about that? Let's see here. Let's see. So who else we got? We got Antonio Jackson, hashtag B1. Okay. We got hashtag B1 in the house. We have Stephen Wilson. Great topic. Thanks for tuning in. That's dope. Yeah, it's a great topic because you know what? It's a great topic because we don't celebrate Black men enough. And if you recall, I don't know if you noticed in the media or not, but who came out and said this? Uh, Cynthia Bailey's husband, Mike Hill. You know, they had this Mike Hill, Cynthia Bailey chill. Cynthia Bailey from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. He had a post that came out. Let me pull it up so I can quote him exactly. He said something to the tune, we don't have anything like this on Girlfriends. We don't have Girlfriends for Black men. We don't have any shows like that. He said it, and you know who else said it? Uh Beyonce's father has said something as well. We just do not like to celebrate Black men. He said that about the movie King Richard. I don't know if any of you guys have seen King Richard, but it is a movie that celebrates a Black father, and it's not something that we see a lot of. But Beyonce's father, Matthew Knowles, Music Moses, Matthew Moses. Okay, he says Black men. Let me find it. Black men are not celebrated. If you are looking to grow your business, please check out flynubianbusiness.com. If you're looking to better manage your money, please check out flynubianmoney.com. You can always find me, Mary Dean Esquire, online at thewallstreetlawyer.com. And he put this coming out right after watching King Richard. How many of you out there have seen King Richard? Yes, okay. He's ready for the King Knowles movie. Matthew Knowles says criticism from King Richard movie stems from slavery. Matthew Knowles is praising the King Richard film starring Will Smith, and while also calling out the people who have criticized it. The father of four, who akin to the real life Richard Williams, has been a major influence in his daughter Beyonce Knowles' music career. We know that, right? Beyonce would not be Beyonce if it wasn't for her father, just as much as Michael Jackson would not be Michael Jackson if it wasn't for his father. And Serena Williams and everybody, these girls feel the same way about their father. They wanted to acknowledge this man, and they put the movie out. But King Richard is one of the best movies. This is from Matthew Knowles. King Richard is one of the best movies I've ever had the opportunity to watch. Since slavery, America has not wanted our Black men viewed in a positive light. Flourish as entrepreneurs or to be known as pioneers or business strategists. Be clear, I'm taking nothing away from our Black sisters. Agree or disagree, Mr. Richard had a plan and did not deviate. He also understood the value of content and most of all had two extremely gifted, talented, and passionate daughters who believed in their dad's vision. I would like to hear your thoughts on the movie. So I think that, not wanting to celebrate Black men, that's an issue. And so what we're doing right now on Fly Nubian Queen, the network for melanated people like you, we are taking the time to give Diddy his flowers for buying back his brand and giving us this wonderful energy to go into 2022 with. So you Black entrepreneurs out there, I don't want you to let your troubles hold you down. I don't want you to feel like your troubles, your problems in growing your business are not maybe if they take you to the valley, that means that you are out of the box and everything is over for you. That is not the case. You don't know what kind of nuggets are in the valley. And so I'm going to leave you with this analogy. Think about the game Super Mario Brothers, right? And as you're playing the game, you know that in order to get that star that makes Super Mario invincible, he has to go down into the valley. He has to jump over some alligator heads and swing from some branches and tackle a tiger. He's got to do all of these things in order to get this star. And he goes in the valley and he finds this star. And now you take the star, you put the star on you in the game, and now you become invincible. And now you can run into anything, and everything that touches you, it just bounces back off. It just bounces back off. You're invincible. That is the energy that we will have. That is how you transmute your negative energy into positivity. You know that it is so. This is the home for intelligent Black people. So we understand that when we go into the valley, we are going into the valley to get some of God's greatest gifts. You may not understand it because you only have your limited view and your limited perception as just a mere mortal. You don't understand. You can't see beyond the veil. Well, unless you're like me with spiritual gifts, I can see a little bit beyond the veil. I've mastered that a little bit. I can see God, and his angels cooking it up, making it do what it do for me. But, before I could always see, I knew. I tell people all the time, I am a one-trick pony. One-trick pony. One-trick pony. One-trick pony. I ain't got but one trick in the bag, and it is called faith. And I have a whole lot of it, and I can believe against all odds. And it is that perspective. That perspective is what is going to carry you through the valley. Understand? You don't just, and Christian pastors, they're always talking about all you need is this mustard seed faith. And so most Christians only really have a mustard seed level of faith. But I like that, the passage of Job. Most pastors say, oh, Job didn't curse God. Job took his money, took his health, took his family, took his friends, and he never did he ever curse God when he was down in the valley. And I say, that is a very, 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 very remedial way to analyze that passage. Because from my mind, just saying I didn't curse the ground, that, I didn't curse God because I had a little trouble, that's remedial. That's for mustard seed faith people. And this is the home for intelligent Black people. So we are far beyond mustard seed faith. So what is beyond mustard seed faith? It is knowing without a shadow of a doubt that whatever negativity befalls me, whatever hurt or pain befalls me, I know without a shadow of a doubt it has set me up for something amazing. And that is what I talk about in my book, blackwallstreet.com. I coined the law of adversity. I always tell people, I introduce you to the law of attraction. If you've never heard of the law of attraction, you should definitely watch The Secret. It is the power behind why prayer works. It is the power behind why prayer works. And so I do touch on the law of attraction, but I also introduce you to a law that I coined called the law of adversity. And you talk about the law of adversity. I tell the story over and over again, but how I became the Wall Street lawyer, that happened in one of my darkest hours. I don't know if I want to tell y'all right now. Let me see. Because should I tell this story? Let me see. I asked you guys. We got Antonio Jackson who says everyone should learn from Diddy how to manage and spread the dollar. Oh yes, yep. How to make that money, how to not stay down. I think that's one of the things he's definitely showing us right now. So yeah, I am here for it. So I know I'm gonna save that for later. Problems are opportunities in disguise. I'm going to talk about how I became the Wall Street lawyer. I may have said the story once or twice, twice here before, but I want to make sure I unveil this story to you in the right way. It's a sensitive topic for me, but it was one of my darkest moments is how I became the wallstreetlawyer.com. And I've always said how I became the wallstreetlawyer.com. I became an attorney because, members of my family said I could never be an attorney. I have a history of turning problems into opportunities, and I look forward to doing a deep dive into that with you further down the line. But right now, this is all about brother love. Right now, we're talking about Diddy, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, Sean John, whatever name you want to go by today. But I love love, and I love you guys. And so, it's wonderful talking to you. I'm going to keep it cute and simple tonight. Until we meet again, have a good night. Bye-bye.